Hello everyone, my name is Gavin and this is the Orthodox Heathen, the channel where we take a look at and answer questions from the lore. Today's video is actually a reading of the lore, Hollander's Poetic Edda, with the Völuspá, the prophecy of the vulva. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Hear me, all ye hallowed beings, both high and low of Heimdall's children. Thou wilt, Valfather, that I well set forth the fates of the world which is first I recall. I call to mind the kin of Ettins, which long ago did give me life. 9 worlds I know, the 9 abodes of the glorious world tree, the ground beneath. In earliest times did Ymir live. Was nor sea, nor land, nor salty waves. Neither earth was there, nor upper heaven, but a gaping nothing, and green things nowhere. Was the land then lifted aloft by Bur's sons, who made Midgirth the matchless earth? Shone from the south the sun on dry land. On the ground then grew the greensward soft. From south the sun, by the side of the moon, heaved her right hand over heaven's rim. The sun knew not what seat he had, the stars knew not what stead they held, the moon knew not what might he had. Then gathered together the gods for council, the holy hosts, and held converse. To night and new moon their names they gave, the morning named, the midday also, forenoon and evening to order the year. On either plain met the mighty gods, shrines and temples they timbered high. They founded forges to fashion gold, tongs they did shape, and tools they made. Played at draughts in the garth, right glad they were, nor aught lacked they of lustrous gold, till maidens 3 from the Thyrses came, awful in might, from Eton home. I should note here that stanzas 9 through 16, the Catalogue of Dwarves, are missing in Hollander's Poetic Edda, relegated to the back, which I will cover at the end of the video. To the coast then came, kind and mighty, from the gathered gods, 3 great Aesir. On the land they found, of little strength, Usk and Embla, unfated yet. Sense they possessed not, soul they had not, being nor bearing nor blooming hue. Soul gave Olden, sense gave Holnir, being Lolder and blooming hue. An ash I know hight Yggdrasil, the mighty tree moist with white dews. Thence come the floods that fall adown, over green o'ertops earth's well-this tree. Thence wise maidens 3 betake them, under spreading boughs their bower stands. Earth one is hight, the other Verdandi, skull the third they scores did cut. They laws did make, they lives did choose, for the children of men they marked their fates. I ween the first war in the world was this, when the gods Golve gashed with their spears, and in the hall of Har burned her. 3 times burned they, the thrice reborn, ever and anon, even now she liveth. Hithe was she hight, where to houses she came, the wise seeress and witchcraft plied, cast spells where she could, cast spells on the mind. To wicked women she was welcome ever. Then gathered together the gods for council, the holy hosts, and held converse. Should the Aesir a truce with tribute buy, or should all gods share in the feast? His spear had Olden sped o'er the host. The first of feuds was thus fought in the world. Was broken in battle the breastwork of Osgarth. Fighting Vanir trod the field of battle. Then gathered together the gods for council, the holy hosts, and held converse. Who had filled the air with foul treason, and to uncouth Ettins oaths wife given. Thuy Thor then overthrew the foe. He seldom sits when of such he hears. Were sworn oaths broken and solemn vows, God's plighted troth, the pledges given. Where Heimdall's horn is hid, she knows, under heaven touching holy world tree. On it are shed showery falls from Fjolnir's pledge. Know ye further, or how? Alone she sat out, when the Lord of Gods, Odin the Old, her eye did seek. What seekest to know? Why summon me? Well I know, Ygg, where thy eye is hidden. In the wondrous well of Mimir. Each morn Mimir his mead doth drink, out of Fjolnir's pledge. Know ye further, or how? Gave Ygg to her arm rings and gems for her seeress' sight and soothsaying. The fates I fathom, yet farther I see far and wide the worlds about. The Valkyrie's flock from far she beholds, ready to ride to the realm of men. Skuld held her shield, Skogul likewise, Gothhild Gondel, and Gerskogul. For thus are hight Herion's maidens, ready to ride o'er redden battlefields. I saw for Balder the blessed god, Ygdir's son, what doom is hidden. Green and glossy there grew aloft the trees among the mistletoe. The slender seeming sapling became a fell weapon when flung by Hoth, but Balder's brother was born full soon, but one night old slew him Odin's son. Neither cleansed his hands nor combed his hair till Balder's slayer he sent to hell. But Frigg did weep in Fensalir, the faithful deed, know ye further or how? A captive lies in the kettle grove, like to lawless Loki in shape. There sits Sigyn full sad in mind, by her fettered mate, know ye further or how? From the east there flows, through Festerdales, a stream hight Sleeth, filled with swords and knives. Waist deep wade there through waters swift, main-sworn men and murderous, eke those who betrayed a trusted friend's wife. There gnaws Nidhogg naked corpses, there the wolf friend's men. Wilt ye more, or how? Stood in the north on the Nitha fields, a dwelling golden which the dwarves did own. Another stood on Okolnir, that Ettin's beer hall, who is Brimhir hight. A hall she saw, from the sun so far, on the Stron shore, turn north its doors. Drops of poison drip through the lover, its walls are clad with coiling snakes. In the east sat the old one, in the iron woods, bred there the bad brood of Fenrir. Will one of these, worse than they all, the sun swallow in seeming a wolf? He feeds on the flesh of fallen men, with their blood sullies the seat of the gods, and will grow swart the sunshine and summers thereafter, the weather woe bringing, do ye wit more, or how? His harp striking on a hill sat there, gladsome Egthair, he who guards the ogress. O'er him gaily in the gallows tree crowed the fair red cock which is Fjalar hight. Crowed o'er the gods Gullincumbi, wakes he the heroes who with Herion dwell. Another crows the earth beneath in the halls of hell of hue dark red. Garm bays loudly before Nipa cave, breaks his fetters and freely runs. The fates I fathom, yet farther I see, of the mighty gods the engulfing doom. Brothers will battle to bloody end, the sister sons their Cid betray. Woes in the world, much wantonness, axe age, sword age, sundered our shields. Wind age, wolf age, ere the world crumbles, will the spear of no man spare the other. Mimir's sons dance, the downfall bodes, when blaring the gleaming old Gjallar horn loud blows Heimdall with horn aloft. In hell's dark hall horror spreadeth, once more Odin with Mime's head speaketh, ere Sib swallows him. Trembles the towering tree Yggdrasil, its leaves sough loudly, unleashed is the Ettin. What ails the Aesir and what the Alfs? In uproar all Ettins are the Aesir met. At the gates of their groats the wise dwarves groan. In their fell fastness wit ye further or how? Garm pays loudly before Nipa cave, breaks his fetters and freely runs. The fates I fathom, yet farther I see, of the mighty gods the engulfing doom. Fares Hrym from the east, holding his shield. The Midgarth worm in mighty rage scatters the waves. Screams the eagle, his nib tears the dead. Naglfar loosens. Sails a ship from the east with shades from hell. O'er the ocean stream steers it Loki. In the wake of the wolf rush witless hordes, who with baleful Baelus brother do fare. Comes Surt from the south with the singer of twigs. The war god's sword like a sun doth shine. The tall hills totter, the trolls stagger. Men fare to hell, the heavens rive. Another woe awaiteth Hlyn, when forth goes Olven to fight the wolf, the slayer of Beli to battle with Surt. Then Frigg's husband will fall lifeless. Strides forth Vidar, Valfather's son, the fearless fighter Fenrir to slay. To the heart he hewed to Fairthrung's son, avenged is then Vidar's father. Come then Mjolnir's mighty wielder, gapes the grisly earth-girdling serpent, when strides forth Thor to slay the worm. Mightily mauls Midgard's warder, shall all wights in the world wander from home. Back falls Nineseps Forgin's offspring, nor fears for his fame from the frightful worm. Neath the sea the land sinketh, the sun dimmeth, from the heavens fall the fair bright stars. gusheth forth steam and gutting fire. To the very heavens soar the hurtling flames. Garm bays loudly before Nipa cave, breaks his fetters and freely runs. The fates I fathom, yet further I see, of the mighty gods the engulfing doom. I see green again with growing things the earth arise from out of the sea. The fell torrents flow, overflies them the eagle, on hoar highlands which hunt for fish. Again the Aesir on either plain meet, and speak of the mighty Midgarth worm. Again go over the great world doom, in Fimbultyr's unfathomed runes. Then in the grass the golden figures, the far-famed ones, will be found again, which they had owned in olden days. On unsown acres the ears will grow, all ill grow better, will Balder come then, both he and Hoth will in Hrop's hall dwell, the war gods fain, do ye it war, or how? Then will Holnir handle the blood wands, and Yg's brothers' sons will forever dwell in the wide wind home, do ye it more, or how? I see a hall, than the sun more fair, thatched with red gold, which is Gimle height. There will the gods all guiltless throne, and live forever in ease and bliss. Comes the darksome dragon flying, Nidhogg upward from neither fells. He bears in his pinions as the plains he o'erflies, naked corpses, now he will sink. The Dvurgatal, the catalogue of dwarfs from the Völuspá, stanzas 9 through 16. Removed in Liam Hollander's edition of the Poetic Edda, relegated to the back of the edition. Then gathered together the gods for council, the holy hosts, and held converse, who the deep-dwelling dwarves was to make of Brimir's blood and Blain's bones. Moltsognir rose, the mightiest ruler of the kin of dwarves, but Durin next, molded many man-like bodies, the dwarves under the earth, as Durin bade them. Ni and Nithi, Nordri and Sudri, Ostri and Vestri, Athjof Dvalin, Nar and Nain, Nipping and Dane, Bifor and Bovor, Bombor and Nori, An and Onar, I Mothvinir, Vaig and Gandalf, Vindolf Thrain, Thek and Thorin, Thorir Vit and Lit, Nar and Regen, Narath and Rathsvith. Now is reckoned the roster of dwarves. Fili, Kili, Funden Nali, Heptifili, Hanar, Sphere, Freyr, Honbori, Frag, and Loni, Arvang, Yari, Eikenskeldi. The dwarves I tell now in Dvalin's host, down to Lofar for listening wights, they who hide them from halls of stone, over sedgy shores to sanding plains. There was Dropnir and Dolgthrasir, Har and Hogspori, Hlaveg, Gloi, Skirvir, Vithir, Skafith, Oi, Alf and Ingvi, Eikenskeldi. Fjalar and Frosty, Finn and Ginnar, will ever be known while earth doth last, the line of dwarfs to Lofar down.